Welcome, Next Level friends. Welcome to the Artist Next Level Week. I'm truly grateful to you. Thank you so much for being with us today and for being with us every day. And I'm hoping that you are enjoying the resources that we have created just for you. Every day you should be receiving an email with an awesome marketing idea, a wellness tip that I wrote just for you, a webinar link, an inspirational podcast, and of course, that power quote. And I'm truly hoping that you are really enjoying this event. And we're thankful to you for spending time with us. And today, we're going to be talking about something quite interesting. If you see me here is because we're going to be talking about wellness. I am Dr. Gomez. I am the co-founder of Art NXT Level, and I am also a gallerist and, of course, a psychologist. So if you really want to learn a little bit more about myself, you can find more information at www.theartistnextlevel.com, or you can look me up in LinkedIn and you will find my profile. So today, again, we're going to be talking about stress. Make the best of stress. And you're probably wondering, what is she talking about? How can I make the best of stress? Well, today we're going to be talking about that. So throughout the years, I have been talking with quite a few artists, and just because I love talking to them, I love to hear the stories, and I love to hear about their artwork. And one of the things that they keep on telling me is that when they went to school, they were taught different strategies and techniques on art making, but the business component of the artwork was not taught or introduced. So now that they are out of school, now that they finished their BFA or their MFA, they find themselves a little overwhelmed with all the different things they have to do in order to be successful. They thought, and they had that idea that, no, I only have to make art and things are just going to happen. But in reality, they have found that, no, it's not only the art making, but there's a lot of different things that you have to do in order for other people to learn about your art, which will consequently become a sale and income for you. So it's basically artists go through this cycle that I call the artist cycle, which is what I am sharing with you. First, you have to make that art. Then you have to organize that inventory. Then you have to promote your artwork. Then you have to manage your social media, your website, your blog. Next, you have to network. Of course, if you don't network, people will not hear about you or learn about you. Next, you have to find buyers, these collectors. You need to find collectors to buy your work. Then you have to sell the work, and then you have to start all over again. So you will see yourself in a cycle like this, in which you start making your artwork, then you have to organize, you promote, manage, network, find collectors, sell work, and start all over again. And, by now you're probably feeling that your head is spinning and it sounds familiar, and you're probably stressed out already. And I bet you are, just by listening to me here. So yes, stress can get the best of you. Stress can really affect your mental and physical wellness, and that's for sure. Although we cannot escape stressful situations, what we can certainly do is to learn how to manage it so it does not take away from you that energy and those creative neurons. And what is quite interesting is that stress can, if it's not managed properly, can create a lot of negative reactions to your body and to your mind and also to your soul. So how bad can it be? Let's talk about that for a second. So unmanaged stress can really create anxiety. And if you are constantly stressed out and you're not managing your stress very well, you're probably at a higher risk of a stroke. And that's not a good thing. You will probably experience high cholesterol, high blood pressure, obesity, gastrointestinal problems, depression, and the list goes on and on and on. And believe me, it's not pretty. So managing your stress is not a good thing. So what to do next? Well, that's why I'm here. I really want to share with you 4 different strategies to help you manage that stress. And that's what I call 4 strategies to make the best of stress. So let's start with the first one, shall we? The first one is embrace the symptoms and emotions that often arise from stressful situation. Once again, embrace the symptoms and emotions that often arise from stressful situation. And you're probably like, what are you talking about? Embracing behaviors and symptoms that are not very likable? Just hear me out for a second. Typically, in a stress response, your heart rate goes up, your blood vessels constrict, and it's kind of a crazy feeling going on. But I was reading this study by Nack and Mendez, where participants who viewed stress response as helpful demonstrated a healthier physical response to stress. The results suggest that based on how you interpret your bodily signals during a stressful situation, it will determine how your body and mind will respond to stress. Isn't that awesome? It is to me. It's pretty cool. So what they're trying to say with their finding is that depending on how you appraise a stressful situation, this could be the difference between prompting a fatal physical reaction versus using those feelings as a way for your body to prepare you to face that situation more effectively. Let me ask you this, what if you view these physical and emotional reactions as your body energizing you and getting you ready to face a challenging situation? So let me give you an example. Like when you feel stressed, the first thing that happens is that your heart starts pounding pretty fast, right? So let's look at it this way. So what you're doing is, like, when your heart is pounding really fast, what you're doing is you're providing oxygen to your brain. And that's a good thing. So the amazing news here is that once you learn to view stress responses as helpful when confronting whatever stressful situation you're facing, you will likely become less stressed and more confident. So in other words, you might want to allow that energy and those emotions that are arising from that stressful moment to empower your creativity, to empower you to do whatever you need to be done, whatever needs to be done, rather. So use those symptoms and those emotions as a creative fuel. Do you feel stressed when you attend networking events? And let me ask you this. Do you feel stressed when you're asked to do an artist talk? If that's you, what I would love to suggest to you is to convert those internal reactions into an energy booster. Forget about energy drinks. After all, they can only add calories to your body, and then you're going to crash out at the end of the day or after 5 hours or whatever it is. So if you think about it, who wants to hear a passive and boring speaker, right? No one does. So use those energies, those emotions, and embrace them and use them as your fuel to be creative and to speak in public and to do whatever you need to do. So let's go to number 2, our next one. My next strategy that I would like to share with you to make the best of stress is to find balance in your life. Yes, I know stressful situations will always be there. It happens, and you will likely have to face them. I understand that. However, what is important here is how you, again, face them. How do you internalize them? And then start thinking and actually intentionally add positive experiences to your life every day. Not only on weekends, not only on Sundays, but every single day. It's important that you take your mind off these situations and spoil yourself a little and make time for those who truly care about you and those who you love. Make time, spend time with them. You know, I know you love art making, but in addition to art making, do you love reading or running or watching movies? Then do it. Set aside time to do the fun things you really, really like. I'm not saying to overdo them, but to balance your life and do fun things that really take all those thoughts away from your mind for a little while. So once again, spend time with loved ones and do what you really, really like. This will help you maintain a healthier perspective. Now, find balance in your life. Let's move on and go to my next strategy or my next tip to make the best of stress, which is become part of an awesome, loving community. Become part of a support group. Having a support group that you can count on during difficult moments can really develop stress resilience. There is something magic about having a support system that has a potential to ease your mind, your body, and your soul. And I mean it. Check this out. Our bodies produce a neurohormone called oxytocin, and oxytocin it's also known as a cuddle hormone. And basically, that hormone is released when you hug someone. I'm not kidding. When you hug someone, that hormone is released. And what it does is that it activates social instincts by inducing empathy and a desire to receive physical contact like a hug from someone you love. So what is it is interesting about oxytocin is that it's released by the pituitary gland as your stress response. And what is so epic about this is that your body's physiological response to stress is a need for human connection and support. So human connection still works. So what I'm trying to say is that rather than facing your stressors alone, reach out to that community and share your worries, your troubles, and your experiences with those who you trust. Not those who are there to put you down, not those who are there like downers. Share it with those who really truly care about you. And when you do that, usually what is going to happen is you will have the opportunity to receive feedback from others and listen to someone else's perspectives. So I don't know about you, but when most people, when we are stressed out, we tend to kind of think inside of the box, and it's difficult because of all the things going on to think outside of the box. So having someone that you really trust with you and sharing those feelings and emotions with them and allowing them to give you their perspective on the situation will kind of help you think outside of the box and think about the different strategies or the different things that you can do to address whatever stressful situation you're addressing. So it spends time with those who really care about you. And most importantly, please give yourself permission to accept that you need support, that you need other people's opinions. And then listen to their feedback and decide for yourself whether to apply it or not, but at least accept their feedback. And most importantly, be thankful. Say thank you because they took the time to listen to you, brainstorm with you, and come up with some suggestions. And in addition to being thankful, also give others the gift of caring. And what I'm talking about is a two-way relationship. I am not talking about a one-way relationship because that will not take you anywhere. A two-way relationship in which they help you and you help them. So it just goes on, and it's just a beautiful thing. So become part of an awesome, loving community. And to sum it up, I came up with this cool, awesome phrase, which is when in stress, don't repress, instead caress. Once again, when in stress, don't repress, instead caress. Isn't it cool? I love it. That was one of my aha moments with that phrase. All right, so let's move on to my last and fourth strategy that I would like to share with you so you can make the best of stress today. It's okay to seek professional help if you need it. I'm going to say it again. It is okay to seek professional help if you need it. There's nothing wrong with seeking professional help. So if your stress is hindering your daily functioning to the point that things are not being done, that it's so intense that you're developing an anxiety, it is important that you seek professional help. It is very important. Sometimes stress can be very, very overwhelming to the point of debilitating you. And once you become weak, you will have a difficult time making decisions, looking forward, having visions, having ideas, and those creative neurons will be hindered because the stress is such that it's really over empowering you. And if you're not managing the stress, and if you're not converting those emotions into a more positive experience, then your creative part will really hinder, your physical part self will hinder. So if you are at that point right now, into the extreme in which you are completely overloaded, overwhelmed, stressed out, developing anxiety, please do me a favor and seek professional help. So, next level friends, these are my 4 different strategies to make the best of stress. So in a nutshell, let me go over them really quick before I let you go. The first one is embrace those symptoms and emotions that often arise from stress. Use them to your favor to be your creative fuel so everything that is inside of you can come out in a positive way. Number 2, find a balance in your life. It's important that you take your mind off those stressful situations if you're not using them to your advantage, and just spend time with the families and start doing things that you really love. So find balance. And number 3, become part of an awesome community, a support group that is there for you when you need it. And finally, if you are at the top of this problem and it's really debilitating you and it's really affecting your daily functioning, please seek professional help. And it only you can do that. So take that step today. So I really encourage you that you allow these emotions and physical reactions to empower you to create and be successful. Use these emotions and reactions to empower you, not to debilitate you. And you will see a total different ballgame. You will be proud of yourself and see yourself just grow and flourish wonderfully. So make stress your creative fuel. Make stress your creative fuel, okay? Please do that. So next level friends, here they are. And before I go, I want you to remember to take care of yourself and never, ever, ever, ever neglect your wellness. Have an amazing day, and I will see you at the next level.
Check out our website at www.theartistnextlevel.com, where you will find our podcast library, learn about our upcoming webinars, find resources relevant to your career, and much more. And we'll see you at the next level.